Hi guys, in the previous video we talked about one method of solving this kind of question. Let's look at the algebra method which I talked about. So let's look at the question. It says M and N are midpoints, which means Pn and Nq are equal, let them be equal to X. Similarly, Qm and Mr are equal, let them be equal to Y. And let's take the remaining sides as A, B, C and D. So let's write our assumptions. Number one, let Pn is equal to Nq is equal to X. Number two, Qm is equal to Mr is equal to Y. Number three, Mn is equal to A. Rn is equal to B. Pm is equal to C. And Pr is equal to D. Now we've created single letter variables. Let's see how this helps us. So let's look at the question. The first question is Pm square plus Rn square. So left hand side, let's start with left hand side. So Pm square plus Rn square. Now Pm square is C, so this is C square plus Rn is equal to B. So C square plus B square. Now that's point number 5. So C square plus B square can be written as C square is nothing but 2x whole square plus y whole square. This is C square plus B square would be equal to x square plus 2y whole square. A reason for this, since in a right triangle we are looking at C, which means PQM. Pm square is equal to PQ square plus QM square, and in a right triangle we took that the second one was B, which means we're looking at QNR. So in right triangle QNR, Rn square is equal to Qn square plus QR square. So these are the two reasons why this is equal to what we've written, which means C square plus B square would be equal to 4x square plus y square plus x square plus 4y square, which is 4x square plus x square, that's 5x square plus 5y square. So this is my left hand side, which is equal to 5x square plus 5y square. Now let's look at the right hand side in the question. So the right hand side as per the question is 5mn square, which is equal to 5mn is equal to a, so 5a square, which would be equal to 5 times x square plus y square. The reason for this is since in a right triangle QNM, mn square is equal to qn square plus qm square, which is equal to 5x square plus y square, which is equal to 5x square plus 5y square. So this is equal to right hand side, which is equal to 5a square. Now since LHS is equal to RHS, hence proved. So in this we don't have to substitute values, because if we are writing it as midpoint, then I am taking Pn and Qn as equal. So there is no substitution required. Now, something that I want to highlight, in case you need to prove left hand side equal to right hand side, there are three methods. Method 1, work with LHS and prove it equal to RHS. Method 2, work on the RHS and prove it equal to LHS. And method 3, which we've used in this question, where you work on LHS, make it equal to, let's say, X, work on RHS and make it equal to X, since both these are reducible to one common element, which is LHS and RHS are reducible to X, and these are equal. That's why LHS and RHS are equal. So these are only three methods available for us to prove LHS equal to RHS. Let me just copy what assumptions we've taken, and let's try and solve the second part of this question. So let's look at the second part. So that's the part 2. Let's try and work with this question. So in this case, I have to work with we need to prove 4pm square is equal to 4pq square plus qr square. So again, let's start with the left hand side. So left hand side is equal to 4pm square. Now pm is equal to c, which means my left hand side is equal to 4c square, which would be equal to, let's give this point number 5, 4 times 2x whole square plus y square. Reason, since in a right triangle PQM, pm square is equal to pq square plus qm square. Now this gives me 4c square is equal to 4 times 2x whole square is 4x square plus y square. Therefore 4c square is equal to 16x square plus 4y square. So that's my left hand side. Now let's look at the RHS and see if we can get the RHS also equal to the same value. So the RHS is in this case 4pq square plus qr square, so which is equal to 4 times pq. Pq is 2x whole square plus qr is 2y whole square. Let's just confirm. Pq is 2x and it's pq square, which means 2x whole square, and qr is 2y whole square, which means this is equal to, right hand side is equal to 4 times 4x square plus 4y square, which is equal to 16x square plus 4y square. So this is equal to RHS. So since LHS is equal to RHS, in this case equal to 16x square plus 4y square, therefore hence proved. So we've got both LHS and RHS equal. That's why we can say that this is equal. Again, let's look at the advantage of using this method is that we don't need to substitute any value, but whichever method you like, that's the one that you should be using. Let's look at the next question, which is part 3 of this question. So let's try and solve part 3. Part 3 says we need to prove 4rn square. So again, let's work with left hand side. So our left hand side is equal to 4rn square. 4rn square. Rn is b, which means 4b square. Now this would be equal to 4b square would be equal to 4 times x square plus 2y whole square. Now since in a right triangle QNR, Rn square is equal to Qn square plus QR square, which means we have 4b square is equal to 4 times x square plus 4y square, which means 4x square plus 16y square. So that's our left hand side, which is equal to 4x square plus 16y square. Let's work with the right hand side. So right hand side is pq square plus 4qr square, which is equal to pq is nothing but 2x whole square. Yes, pq is 2x whole square plus 4 times qr. Qr is 2y whole square. Yes, this is correct. Let's look at the next step. So what we get is RHS is equal to 4x square plus 4 times 4y square, which is equal to 4x square plus 16y square. Now since RHS and left hand side are equal, so since LHS is equal to RHS, in this case equal to 4x square plus 16y square, so hence proved. Done. Let's look at the last part of this question. The last part of this question is part 4. Let me just copy this assumption so that we can, I don't have to write this again. Right. Perfect. So let's look at the last part of this question. The last part of this question says prove 4 times pm square plus rn square is equal to 5pr square. Let's work with the left hand side. So left hand side is equal to 4 times Pm square plus Rn square, which is equal to 4 times Pm is equal to C square, because Pm is C, and Rn is equal to B. Yes, Rn is equal to B, so this is equal to our left hand side. Now this means left hand side is equal to 4 times C square can be written as 2x whole square plus y square, plus B square can be written as x square plus 2y whole square. The reason for this, since in a right triangle C is a part of PQM, so PQM we get Pm square is equal to PQ square plus QM square, and in a right triangle, the right triangle is Rn, which means triangle QNR, Rn square is equal to Qn square plus QR square, which means what we get is left hand side is equal to 4 times 2x whole square, that's 4x square, plus y square plus x square plus 4y square, which is equal to 4 times 4x square plus x square, that's 5x square, and y square plus 4y square is 5y square. So left hand side is equal to 20x square plus 20y square. Let's see if we can get the RHS also equal to the same value. So let's look at the right hand side. The right hand side we have 5PR square. Now this means 5 times PR is equal to D. Yeah, so 5D square, which will be equal to 5 times 2x whole square plus 2y whole square. The reason for this, since in right triangle PQR, PR square is equal to PQ square plus QR square, which means what we get is 5D square is equal to 5 times 4x square plus 4y square, which is equal to 20x square plus 20y square, which is my right hand side. So what we get is, since LHS is equal to RHS, in this case equal to 20x square plus 20y square, therefore the question is asking us, we've been able to prove. So hence prove. So depending upon which method you like, you can use whichever method, whatever is convenient for you. So that finishes this video for me. Thank you so much. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you with the next video. Bye bye.